Hi guys, welcome to the Thinking Crypto channel. I hope you're doing well and staying healthy. On this channel, we cover the crypto news and interview many of the folks who are building and investing in the asset class. We are closely approaching 40,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button. Guys, I've got some bullish news around XRP, and it's from a document that was released today, an updated version, guys. And shout out to Coining203 who found this document, and it's on regulations.gov. It is a federal document. Now, if I pull that document up here for you guys, it's a PDF, so if you can download it yourself and you can read through it. So what is that document about? Well, it is part of the Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection. It speaks to remittance transfers under the Electronic Fund Transfer Act Regulation E, and as you can see here, Friday, June 5th, 2020. This is today, guys. Now, I want to give you an example of what's happening here. If I search for Bitcoin, nothing. If I search for XRP, XRP is mentioned in this document, and it is talking about the developments that are happening in the money transmitter payments industry. And also mentioned here is Swift GPI. So a couple of things to unravel here. First up, Swift has been around for a long time, so the government recognizes their business, what they're doing. And the fact that they're highlighting what Ripple is doing with XRP exclusively mentioned shows the progress we've made, how Ripple is getting on the map here. And it's no secret. If you take your emotions out of it and you look at the facts, they are working with the IMF. They've been endorsed by the Federal Reserve Payments Task Force. MoneyGram is using XRP and many other money transmitters, right? And we know the goal of what Ripple is doing is to try to replace Swift, to take that money that they are using and sitting in Nostro Vostro accounts around the globe. The point is to disrupt that industry and bring a faster, cheaper, more efficient method of moving money that settles instantly. So let me give you the details here around where they mention XRP and Ripple. The continued growth and expanding partnerships of virtual currency companies such as Ripple, now notice they mention them as a virtual currency company, which offer both, if I can get this here, which offer both a payments messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers as well as a virtual currency XRP, which can be used to used to effect settlement of those transfers. These developments suggest that in the future, there may be means by which bank and credit unions could reduce the reliance on estimates. Why is that? Because you are settling instantaneously. There's no 3 to 5 day lag, and I'm going to see what the value of this currency is going to be in my Nostro Vostro account in this market. No need for that. Instantaneous, guys. That is what XRP was created for, to be that bridge asset. Now it's also being used for micropayments and different types of monetization on the web. But the big use case here, and why I years ago decided to invest in XRP, add it to my portfolio along with Bitcoin and others, is because I'm like, wow, this is a Google type company. This is an Amazon type company coming and disrupting the hell out of an industry that's had a stronghold and has been doing things outdated. That is my approach on it. People have emotions and maximalism thoughts. I don't care about that. I'm looking at what is going to make me money, what has lasting potential. So the fact that this is being mentioned here, guys, very clear, very clear. Like I said, you can go download this document and read it for yourself. The government recognizes what Ripple is doing, and the different parts of government are putting out the regulations. We still need some clarity from the SEC. We may actually never get it, because guess what? There's people going around saying XRP is a security, XRP is a security. The SEC has not said anything. They have not gone after Ripple. In fact, I believe they're working with Ripple to make sure that the whole setup of XRP is not in a unlicensed security standpoint. And I think that's what's been happening. Why would the SEC go after Telegram and Kick and all those and not go after XRP, which is the number 3 crypto in the market? It has more visibility in Telegram, more investors in Telegram and all that, right? So think about that. You got to really read between the lines here. So really big endorsement of XRP and recognition of the technology, the disruption. And like I said, MoneyGram and others are leveraging XRP, and I believe that's going to continue to grow. There was rumors of Western Union looking to buy MoneyGram. That was the rumor this week. We haven't gotten any verification of that news, but we know that Western Union itself has been testing XRP. They haven't made their conclusions of no, we're not going to use it, or yes, we're going to use it. They're currently testing. So I'm just going to say, guys, when you go look at the facts of what's happening, you better get on this train. If you, unless you really don't care about it, that's fine. That you're entitled to your opinion. But if you're looking to make money, and this is not financial investment advice, this just makes sense to me, right? It's an opportunity like investing in Google or Amazon back in the day. Now you may say, hey, I don't like Amazon or whatever, but hey, look, if your goal is to make money and that train is already leaving, there's no stopping it, get on board. So there's also some news here, guys, which is interesting that came out today. XRP takes a top spot in current emerging trends. So what are they talking about here? The last couple of weeks have been a case of ebb and flow for XRP. After the flagship token of Ripple lost its plot as the third largest asset, and this is to Tether, so I don't really consider that a loss. The response from the asset lacked intent. The asset continued to ponder under its long-term resistance at 21 cents, and recently reputed analysts in the space noted its performance with respect to Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, times are fickle at the moment, and according to Sentiment's insight, XRP holders may have something to look forward to in the near future. So this is kind of hitting on the sentiment around XRP, as well as some technical analysis. Now, those things themselves are not, the source of truths. You have to take multiple sources as the source of truth. For example, looking at what the government's doing, looking at the partnership Ripple is getting, technical analysis, the sentiment. You combine all those things. That's how a smart investor looks at it, not just in a silo. What is the holistic view, right? So according to the analysis platform, XRP is currently rising as an emerging trend as the asset has seen massive social and volume spikes over the past week. The above data can be verified from Lunar Crush's dataset, as it appeared that the average sentiment score received by XRP had risen over the past few days. So, okay, some technical analysis insights looking like things could move in an upward trajectory, but also what they're referencing is the volume growth they're seeing from the different corridors with the Ripple ODL partners like Bitstamp. So XRP over Euro, significant volume. Likewise, XRP over the Philippines pesos via coins.ph, significant volume growth. BTC markets, really high significant market growth. And by the way, I interviewed the CEO of BTC markets, and where we talk about Ripple ODL, and she's very excited about what's happening and the potential for this. So guys, that's what I'm talking about, the facts, right? Not my emotions. And I'm not a maximalist on XRP. I hold Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I believe those will do well. So here's just the data that things are ramping up. And we just heard this week as well, Brad Garlinghouse met with the central bank in Brazil. So things are coming together. I know not as fast as we like. There's people just focus on price, and they're missing that things need to be built in order for price action to follow. And it isn't a long-term hold. I personally believe XRP is a long-term hold. It is one of those things that it is going to take time for the disruption to happen to the banks. They're not going to jump on board because they don't want to lose their stronghold. There's a lot of money that they can lose, but in the short term they can lose that money, but the long term they will be better off, more efficiency, right? And they'll see growth over time. So innovate or die, get on board, or they're going to be left behind here. But guys, the data speaks for itself, and I'm big on data. I'm big on looking at the trends, and this is great, and that's why I have XRP in my portfolio. In addition, guys, digital asset investor, shout out to him. he interviewed Greg Kidd. And I've talked about Greg Kidd on my channel for years because this guy is invested in Ripple, he's invested in Coinbase, he invested in Uphold. And I remember after they invested in Uphold, they added XRP. You guys may have recalled that if you've been in the market that long. So he's a big advocate of crypto. He's bullish on Ripple, he's bullish on XRP. And this is a great interview. I highly recommend listening to it because it's not from the digital asset investor. It's not from me. It's not some random dude on Twitter. This is a guy who invests. He's successful. He knows what he's doing. And that is why I try to bring you the interviews as well. So you can hear from people who have a skin in the game. They are building and investing, putting their money where their mouth is. So definitely check that interview out. And like I said, shout out to Digital Asset Investor on that. He answers a lot of great questions, guys. And he holds a significant amount of XRP. So when you see people of this caliber, who this guy doesn't need money, he's well off, right? Investing in XRP, it makes you think. It makes you really understand how big this thing is going to be. Now, I will also be interviewing Adam Trautman, who is the CEO of BRD Wallet, but he's also the CEO of SBI Ripple Asia and SBI Mining Chip Co. So that interview is currently being scheduled for next week. I got all your questions. I'm going to ask him about XRP in Japan. What are they doing? What are the initiatives? What are the banks in Japan doing? Are they going to be leveraging XRP soon? In what capacity? We're going to talk all about it, guys, and how he ended up as SBI Ripple Asia's CEO and how he's managing all of that. So please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button with the notification bell, guys. And what do you all think about this? Where XRP being mentioned here in this government document recognizing the technology and what's about to happen. Leave your thoughts and comments below, and I'll talk to you all later.